Hi guys, it's Evelyn here. Yesterday I had the first group coaching call with my Funnels and Ads Pro members, which was super exciting. And one thing we talked about a lot was targeting and audiences. So I think this is very valuable beginner insight and questions that frequently come up. So I just thought I re-record this video for the membership and also share it with you, my group members. So I want you to understand that one thing I always repeat is that you should have multiple ad sets within a campaign. And the reason for that is that we want to learn what audiences perform best in relation to each other. So if we combine all our targeting and all our audience in one ad set, we can never understand what works better and we can never make optimizations and tweaks to our campaigns. That's why it's so important to have multiple ad sets with different audiences within one campaign. So on the ad set level is where you can select your audiences, and this is your audiences are where your targeting lives. So within Facebook you have 3 different types of audiences, and I want you to go into your ads manager and then under the business tools, not in ads manager, but here you find audiences. And then it loads and it looks like this. There's only one audience here. This is an account of a friend of mine that I help with his ads. And within that, you can find all the audiences that live on Facebook, all the options you have. So under Create Audience, you see you can have custom audiences. So custom audiences are audiences that you upload. You can, for example, you can create the custom audiences based on the data you have collected. And don't worry, we will look into that in a second. Then we have lookalike audiences, and lookalike audiences are always based on your custom audiences. So lookalike audiences are data clone audiences built out of your custom audiences. So that's why we also like to call those custom audiences seed audiences, because they're the seed for the lookalike audiences, for those data clone audiences. And just so you can imagine, Facebook has hundreds of data points around each individual user. And when you have a custom audience and you have a certain amount of users in there, Facebook has thousands of data points to analyze and to create an audience that is very, very similar to the seed audience. And this is why usually the lookalike audiences are the best performing audiences. So we definitely want to use them. But most of the time you cannot straight away use them because you need to collect the data for the custom audiences first, and then you can create the lookalike audiences. And then we have special ad audiences. This is just in some cases. So for example, if you run political ads, for certain insurance ads, for certain ads related to real estate, these are special ad audiences. This is a bit like a not very common audience, so I don't want to go more in detail on here. And here we have the saved audiences. And this is what most of you guys think are audiences and targeting, because here we have all our interest-based targeting, behavior-based targeting, so we can target someone that likes ClickFunnels or Amy Porterfield or a certain software, or that is interested in digital marketing, or that is interested in yoga, or that is interested in beagles, you know, whatever, or in pregnancy and in nutrition. And here is where all our interest-based targeting lives. And here's also where all our behavior-based targeting lives. So here we can target, for example, people that recently moved, right? Or people that are expats. And also here we have our, location-based targeting and our age and gender-based targeting. So these are the default options that we have if we're not at the stage that we can leverage data yet. But here lives what makes the Facebook ads in general, that this whole concept really, really powerful, and what no other platform in the world offers you when it comes to running ads. So under the custom audiences, you can see we have different data sources. So one thing is that we can upload a customer list. So for example, you have collected email addresses over the past, then you can upload an email list in here. And then you can create a lookalike audience based on your email subscribers. So if you, for example, run audience growth ads and you want people to opt into your freebie and also join your group, and you already have a customer list of a few hundred people, you should have at least, I say always like 300 to 500 people. But if you have that already, great, upload it, make a lookalike audience out of it, and use this audience in one of your ad sets, because it most likely will have cheaper costs for you. So this will most likely be one of your best performing audiences, because Facebook only targets people that look exactly like the people that are already on your list. So it makes sense, right? Then we have your website as a possible data source. Here you need to install the Facebook Pixel in order to be able to use this as your data source. And then Facebook will track everyone that's on your page, and then it's possible to create this audience out of people that have been on your website, and then you can also make a lookalike audience out of that. So these kind of lookalike audiences perform really, really well in conversion campaigns. If you just want to do retargeting, then that's also what you would do. So if you would run a retargeting ad, you would also come here, you would create a custom audience out of your website visitors, and you would run a conversion campaign towards these people. So those were people on your page, they were on your website, but they have not necessarily checked out. So you can send these people ads, and usually retargeting ads do really, really well, because those are the people that already know something about your offer, and this is then a so-called warm audience. If you haven't set up your pixel yet, or you don't have a customer list, you don't have a list of subscribers or buyers yet, don't worry. There are also Facebook sources that you can use if you've been around for a while. So if you have an Instagram business account and you've connected it to your Facebook page and ads manager, then you can, for example, create a list of everyone that has engaged with your Instagram account. The same applies if you have people that, if you have set up events in the past, or if you have a Facebook page. So this is one of my go-to sources now. We can say everyone that has engaged with our page within the last, year. We can go last 30 days, and we could also, for example, say, to make it a bit more qualified, and I love this audience in my ads, is I want to have everyone that has engaged with my posts or ads within the last year, or whatever period of time applies to you. Another cool audience here is people that have sent a message to your page, or people that have saved your post. So if you have been running ads for a while, chances are very high that a lot of people have saved your ad because they thought what you have to offer is interesting, but they didn't want to check it out yet. They wanted to check it out later. So normally those are the people that your ad resonated most with. So it definitely makes sense to create a custom audience out of that, and later on a lookalike audience out of that, because those are people that will be very, very interested in your ad, and your click-through rates will skyrocket, and also ultimately your conversion rates. So this is what you can do here. And once you have created this list, then Facebook allows you to create a lookalike audience out of that. So I want to do that in an example with you. So just click on customer list. Now you could download a template, but it's actually pretty easy. You need two formats. One could be CSV or one could be TXT. And I don't, unless it's a buyer's list, I would not include value. So I'm now uploading an email subscriber list. Then you have to accept the requirements for the custom audiences. And now we can upload the file. So I've exported this just from the email list. And now we want to name our audience, and we want to say email subscribers, or maybe email list. Next. Now we select which field is what, and we only want to upload the email addresses. So now we want to say, we see that, we only want to upload the email addresses. Now we want to say upload and create, and then upload anyway. Now the customer list has been uploaded, and now you can see that Facebook prompts me here, and it says that I can create a lookalike audience out of the imported contacts. So this is what I want to do. Now you have to select that here again for some reason. Now this region is Austria and Germany. And then we want to go for 1%. So 1%, the 1% of the population of the audience that looks exactly like your email address list. So you could go up here up to 10% if you want to increase the audience size, but this is more for scaling your ads. So in the beginning, you definitely want to stick with the 1%. If you, like in my stage, I sold thousands of my digital products. Now I already work with 2 and 3% lookalike audiences, but this is something that goes later on in your business, not if you start out and if you just have a few email subscribers. Now click on Create Audience. And now you see that we have created a lookalike audience out of the email list, and Facebook is populating this, and in a few minutes we can use this in our ad campaigns. Okay guys, I hope this gave you a bit of clarity around what audiences you have, what options you have, and how you can set up a custom and a lookalike audience. If you have any questions, like always, just drop a comment below and I'm super happy to answer them and to help you further with your Facebook ads. Okay, bye bye.